Yo YouTube, this is my video for Tuesday the 1st of July, and I have now got myself a job for the first time on a Tuesday for a very long time. Usually I'd be on my way to dialysis at this point, but not today. This morning I had my therapy, talking therapy. I've got my van cleaned and now I'm on my way to Skegness, which is 32 miles away. It's an hour's drive to pick up a small van job going from there to Northampton. The job itself will be about 2 hours long. It's 89 leaded miles and I got this job for £100, 100. So I'm regarding this job as being an extra to help with my weekly total, because I wouldn't usually be working on Tuesday. So anything I can get today is going to be a bonus. And I should be in Northampton at around about 4 o'clock-ish. And so there's a reasonably good chance I might get a little job from there, heading maybe somewhere like Leicester or Nottingham or somewhere, which would be a nice end to my day. So if I was to make, say, 150 today, gross, I think that'd be a very good addition to my weekly total. But anyway, I'll let you know, it's going to be a short video for today, but I'm glad to be back on the road. Right, speak to you later. Cheers. So I've just picked up my load from Skegness. It's now nearly 2:05, and it's a single box, very light, and now I'm making my way to Northampton. The actual mileage in real life is 94, which is 5 more miles than it says on CX. I did call the shipper and just told them that, but I wasn't really expecting anything extra, and then when they said, do you want any more money, I just said, oh no, don't worry about it. So I mean, if I had answered that question, I would have asked for a £5 extra. So in my mind, by missing out on that, I'm losing out on £5, so it's not the end of the world. But I've told them what my ETA is going to be. It's actually taking about nearly 2.5 hours to get there, 2 hours 20, which is a bit more than I thought it was going to be. So I'm not due to be finished now until about 4:30. It still gives me a bit of a chance to find a job from Northampton, but I think it's probably highly unlikely. But I will hang around for half an hour or so and see what happens. I'll be tempted, I know, to start driving home, but we'll see. I'll see how busy it is at that point in time. So yeah, this is my journey from Skegness to Northampton, and it's not so hot today, thank goodness. It's 21 degrees Celsius in my van, so 11 degrees less than yesterday. It's much nicer to drive in this. Yeah, so I've got nothing else to add, so I'll let you know at the end of the day my stats, which will probably only be the one job, but it all adds up to the end of the week. Cheers! Why, hello there YouTube, it's me again. It's now 5:25, just before. I've just offloaded my job in NN6, Northamptonshire, and I was sort of heading back towards home. It was quite late in the day. I was later coming here a bit because there was an accident on one of the roads and I had to have a diversion. So by the time I got here, it was around about sort of 5:20, 5:45. So got the load delivered, got off site, and then as I was driving back, I was looking at jobs, and a job came up going from Corby to Sleaford. I had to double check how far away from Corby I was, and it was about 30 minutes roughly. So I put a bid on. It's a long wheelbase van job going something like 55 loaded miles. I put a £60 bid on, 60, and I got the job. Obviously it's reasonably cheap for a long wheelbase van job, but I just wanted a job to basically pay me to get home, and this doesn't quite pay me to get all the way home, but Sleaford's only half an hour from where I live, so that's close enough for me. And it will mean that gross I'll have made 160 today, which is just over half a day's pay for what I would say is being half a day's work. So can't really say fairer than that. And it all adds up, doesn't it, as I said before. I did just check with them what was the load. It's one pallet and it's about 350 kilograms. So I don't really see why it's a long wheelbase van load. This could easily be a small van load. Maybe it's got more height to it than average, but I'll find out when I get it. So I feel that it's a fair price for this job, and it's getting me home. I'm driving now 18 miles to pick up the load in Corby, and then it'll be taking me to Sleaford. So I'm pleased with that. This is 2 days in a row I'm ending the day pleased. Now we can't get too used to this, can we? We've got to keep our negativity on the back burner just in case things go wrong. But at the moment, this week at least, has proved to be very productive. So who knows? Tomorrow I've got a blood test in the morning, and then I'm going to be trying to get a job. Because of the blood test, I don't know. I'm not going to book anything in today. I'm going to wait to see what happens in the morning. So it might be hard tomorrow to get a job, or it might not be. We will see. It's the pleasures of doing this job. You never know. Each day is different. So the next time I talk to you, I will have dropped off in Sleaford, and I will be able to give you my stats for the day, which will look all right. So on my way from on way to Northampton, I was delayed. The road was closed due to this accident on my right. There's that DAF lorry on its side, and they blocked off the lane going my opposite direction. Obviously coming back it's fine. So yeah, that's what caused me to be delayed to go to Northampton, but not on the way back. And now as I look to my right, where it was really busy, it's now completely clear. So I'd be coming at this time, I would have been fine. Anyway, quick update. I'm an hour away from Sleaford now. I've picked up my pallet from Corby, and I shall be offloading at around about 7ish. Yeah, so plain sailing now, from now on. Oh, by the way, did you notice the other day when I was tempting fate, did you notice I didn't break down, so I won again? When I tempt fate like that, I usually win that game, and we'll see what happens today. So, just to repeat, there is no chance that I'm going to break down today. Come on, fate, do your worst. I'm back. It's now 7:10. I'm going to be home in just over half an hour, and I've got my stats for you. But before I do that, I've experienced a brand new thing today on my courier journey, which was when I arrived at my drop-off point, the security guard was in the middle of praying. And I really don't know what the etiquette is when you interrupt someone praying in the work environment. So I sort of stood there. I realised immediately what he was doing. So I sort of stood there, half turned away from him, sort of looking around at the rules, looking at the notices. He didn't say a word to me, but I knew that he knew. So he knew I was there, because when I first went through the door, I said hello in a very cheerful voice, more cheerful than that. Hello, I said. And then he had no response, but I could see him in the middle of prayer. So I stood there and waited for what seemed like quite a long time. But then he was very apologetic for delaying me. I said it's no problem at all, and then he could let me in. So that's the first time I've experienced that. always something new to come across. And so today I have got some stats. I really think today's been quite good. It's not been well paid, but it's just been a day like yesterday where I feel I've worked hard, I've earned the right amount of money, and I go home satisfied that I've worked, you know, to the level that I want to work at and made the money that I want to make. It just feels really satisfying when you get home. So, based on an average fuel price of 14.0 pence per mile, I've driven today 233 miles, 233. I have worked a total of 7 hours. It's not quite a half day, probably more like a 2/3 day. And I've earned £160 gross, 160. I've spent £32.62 on fuel, so let's make that £33. And I have therefore made net today £127, 127. And I regard that as being bonus money because I don't usually work on Tuesday. So I'm pleased with that. One last point that it reminded me when I said my fuel price, it reminded me of something that's I've noticed nowadays and I don't really understand it. It irritates me a little bit. It might be my autistic brain, but maybe you feel the same. It's when you get people saying something like it's transport 2.0, like it's an evolution on the previous thing, which by implication is 1.0. You never hear anyone say it's transport 2, which makes much more sense to me. Why the 0.0? You never get 0.1, it's now 2.1, 2.2. The 0.0 is completely irrelevant and superfluous. It doesn't make it sound any better. It just, to me, strikes me as being a ridiculous habit that people are getting into. So, if it's better, it's either 1.1 or 1.2. I mean, I would say it's 1.1. If 1.0 is the first option, the improvement is 1.1. It's not 2.0. It's either 1.1 or it's 2. And it really irritates me when I keep hearing all these 0.0s added to numbers. It's become a bit of a habit now for people. Right, now I've got that off my chest, let's bring this video to a close. I hope that you are all being satisfied and successful with your work-life balance and whatever else is important to you. Thank you for watching this video. I'm planning to be back to work tomorrow. So farewell, friends.